So how racism is defined and who gets to define it is a big issue.
Yeah,
This is a big problem now. We got people trying to define it, but who has the last say on this, right? So Dr. Kayendu Andrews, he's a bad boy, I rate him, has this to say on the definition of racism.
Yeah, but I've heard a lot of things in my time, and believe me, Bob Marley will be on this side of the aisle. All right, I just want to say that 100%, and I explain why. All right, first thing first, in terms of this motion, is racism. Racism is not about individual prejudice. Racism is not about the individual white teacher who says bad things. I've been called a nigger probably 3 times by white people. Every single time I left. Why? There was no power. It was meaningless to me, right? And let's take a key case, Stephen Lawrence, right? Stephen Lawrence was killed by racists, but that wasn't what made it racism. The act itself was prejudice. What made it racism was how the police responded. Because he was black, they didn't do their job. And 20 years later, we have to still fight for justice. Racism is about power. It is about structures. And that is how we have to analyze it. Not in terms of individual prejudice and these ideas, not in terms of it's in terms of numbers, in terms of inequalities, in terms...
This view that racism is related to power and any definition cannot be separated from the systemic realities of a racist society has been argued in many ways and by many people. There are 2 competing narratives on this point. Everybody can be racist, only black people suffer as a consequence of racism. This is the basic 2-tone argument that you can have on this topic. This is explained perfectly by Dr. Joy DeGray, I think that's how you say it. And yeah, I like this explanation.
How many people think they understand what racism is? Show of hands. Come on, you think you know. I'm not suggesting I know. I just have a couple of definitions that kind of came to me as I thought about. How many people think there are white racists? That there are white racists out there? How many think there are black racists out there? Okay. Now, this is an interesting thing because this becomes important as we begin to define concepts. Now, I do that. I usually define concepts all the way. But one of the things that I do is I try to help people get a picture of what I mean by racism. So tell me how it is. The first category is white racism, then we'll deal with black racism. So white racism. Tell me the ways in which white racism adversely impacts the lives of black people. Just what are the ways that white racism can adversely impact the lives of black people as a group? What are some of those ways? I'm sorry? Power, but how is that defined specifically? Education.